What is representation, and why is it such an important concept in media studies?
Our representation is when a certain person or stereotype represents a whole group of people. Representation is important because IT helps portray different personalities, and the media is our source of information. It can impact our view of other groups.
What is gender, and what are some stereotypes associated with gender?
Gender is generally key to identifying to the audience how a girl or boy is expected by society to look like, and how they are expected to act. Some girls are instantly stereotyped as dumb by the color of their hair. However, a lot of girls still dye their hair blonde, because it is typical of magazines and films to target the popular girls and the feminine girls as blonde. This then turns individual girls into forming a herd of sheep that follow the media's idea of beauty. However, although young girls are impressionable and can be easily manipulated as they grow, some tend to make an individual path in life and become successful and independent, which is evidence that gender is just a delusion that fills young girls' minds with worries and insecurity instead of ambition and hopes for the future. Men are usually stereotyped as the breadwinners and as the heroes that can save any irrational and emotional woman in her time of crisis.
What magazine have you looked at in your investigation? Who owns it, and what does it claim to offer audiences?
I have been researching the magazine Sugar for the last few weeks in order to find out how the magazine affects young girls in this society and how they manipulate their lives. Sugar offers teenagers a sense of empowerment, engagement, inclusivity, and interaction. Readers can also join an exclusive VIP club, enabling readers to contribute to and appear in the magazine as models, fiction writers, feature writers, illustrators, photographers, agony aunts, wherever their talents lie. The company Hachette Philippa Key owns Sugar. Sugar also offers advice on clothes, beauty products, music, DVDs and games. The opportunities of teen modeling are advertised more frequently than the adverts for E.G. illustrators and writers. This is another way of society bombarding the audiences with how they should lead their lives and how to look and be the perfect teen girl.
Who is the audience for Sugar magazine, and what is their relationship with it?
The main audience for Sugar is young girls, and their relationship with Sugar is a very personal one. It is a mutual relationship where both the reader/company gains an advantage from each other. The company gains income and a larger population of viewers/readers that depend on them to give advice and help them with choices.
What identity about gender does the magazine create for young women, and how does it achieve it?
The magazine creates a new gender for women, where they are just girly and only interested in fashion and boys. This is how society and the media expects teenage girls to act, and being interested in the same sex, or anything constructive simply does not suffice. Therefore, these young girls feel they will be odd, and won't fit in, if they do not stick to Sugar's invisible rules of a teenage life.
Do your findings suggest that Sugar as a magazine for young women simply reinforces gender stereotypes? What evidence from your content analysis supports this?
It reinforces many stereotypes, including the irrational and emotional stereotype, and the always wanting to look attractive stereotype. There are many more stereotypes that it reinforces. Sugar does not play with the conventions, and sticks to what women have always been seen as, and how they have always been seen to act like. Sugar magazine is reinforcing stereotypes every day, and young girls are growing up believing this is the normal way to be, and the way forward.
What other media does Sugar use to engage with its audience?
Sugar provides an online service for those people who would rather read online for free or just before they buy the magazine. This leaves no reason for any reader to not be part of the Sugar audience. Also, many teenagers use many internet websites, such as Facebook, and this could be a way of encouraging two-step flow. Sugar also appreciates that some teenagers have little money if any, and so the website is free for them to use instead of having to buy the magazine.
How is this an example of the way in which media is becoming more convergent?
The online service given by Sugar is broadening the appeal for Sugar readers, so that it becomes a talking point online, and will eventually attract more and more readers. It mainly converges with online networking sites as most teenagers use these sites to communicate, and so they can discuss issues and e.g. articles of Sugar and other magazines. This way, the media is coming together to form bigger audiences, and therefore larger profits.
Does the website simply reinforce or challenge gender stereotypes? In your opinion, what impact might the gender identity created through the Sugar magazine and through the Sugarscape website have on audiences?
It may encourage young girls to wear makeup when they are too young and spend their money on clothes instead of books. There is also a controversy of the issue that models in the magazine are always very thin, and this could create an obsession with some teens, where they want to lose weight, so that they can look like the celebrities or models advertised in Sugar. However, it could also help them feel a sense of escapism, and that they are not alone in any worries they have, by reading how others are dealing with these problems. It also creates a sense of belonging for them, and makes them feel part of a community of friends. Sugar also often provides advice to teenagers about how to deal with all sorts of problems, which may help them with their difficulties. This way Sugar is connecting with the readers and the relationship is likely to be quite long as readers become dependent on Sugar to help them.